Hi, welcome to my totally legit K-pop news show. My name is Angelina and I'm your host for today on this fine Sunday, where we basically talk about all of the K-pop news from throughout the week. And today we're going to be discussing Minzy having revealed that Blackpink's As If It's Your Last was a demo for 21, Ateez having a comeback and a status update on Mingi's hiatus, SM seemingly evading taxes, and so much more. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please don't forget to like, comment, and share it with friends you don't have because, you know, lonely times. Also, if you're interested in only one or two of these subjects, I've separated this video into super fancy segments so you can effectively scroll to wherever you would like. Will it mess with my watch time? I mean, yes. And frankly, there's not really a way you can make it up to me because I've decided to close my subscriptions. I will for sure inform you when the situation has been rectified. But first, let us start with I will see myself out. So Minzy appeared on a radio show, and on that show, she basically expressed that Blackpink's As If It's Your Last was actually a demo for 21, but that they passed on the song because there were many other good songs for their album. She even went as far as singing the original version of the demo.
Blame it on your love, blame it on your love, blame it on your name of love.
So As If It's Your Last could have been titled Blame It On Your Love. How interesting, but also quite unsurprising, as when As If It's Your Last came out, a lot of fans were screaming at the fact that it sounded like a 21 song that had very much 21 vibes, which caused much a debate. But once it was actually confirmed, I mean, all the second gen stans were like, I fucking knew it. I could feel it in my bones. But also this explains a lot because, you know, you can bet it on blackjack. Oh shit. And actually, on top of people already suspecting that the song had 21 vibes, there was this mashup going around of 21's Go Away and Blackpink's As If It's Your Last, which was spread under the context that this was the original version for As If It's Your Last. So I think for a long time, people were already convinced even though that song was an edit. But I digress. But of course, this is nothing new within the industry, and I did want to point that out. It is absolutely not uncommon for an artist to make a demo and then it ultimately going to a different artist. We've seen this time and time again. For Blackpink and 21, it causes a lot more tension between fans because of YG's rich ass history of basically setting up Blackpink pre-debut by saying he wanted to create 21 but prettier. His words, not mine. Please direct your anger to the proper authorities. But for example, Twice is More and More, you know, had a demo by Zara Larrson. Or even Psycho by Red Velvet and Monster by Siggy and Irene had original English demos, which honestly surprises a lot of fans because they're convinced that specific songs really fit their group's aesthetic or their group's sound. But when they find out that maybe it wasn't, maybe it was someone else's demo at first, they get a little bit upset. And there are actually plenty of compilations on YouTube that show this, not only for K-pop songs that were meant for other artists, but also Western songs that were meant for other artists. So it's ultimately super interesting when things like this get revealed, especially for a group like 21 who has an unreleased album, and I'm sure plenty of unreleased music videos, but not my circus. Within this radio interview, she also expressed that she was scouted by SM and she could have potentially debuted with FX. And she also spoke about how her and her fellow 21 members keep on talking about a reunion. I guess I'll just be waiting. That's so sad. Alexa, play ER by Dalmatian. Who am I kidding? She doesn't know that song. She's a 4th gen stan. But alas, I'd be super curious to know what you think of all this in the comments down below. Let's move on to Ateez, who have teased us with a comeback, as well as KQ Entertainment, who have given us an update on Mingi's hiatus with the following statement. Hello, this is KQ Entertainment. We are writing to inform you about Mingi's current condition, participation in the new album, and his activities. So for context, Mingi had taken a break in November due to anxiety, so the group had been promoting as 7 members. They go on to express that he's been focusing on resting, on psychological counseling, and just overall regaining stability. And that after speaking with his counselor, Mingi himself, and his parents, they agreed that a lot of progress had been made. However, it was decided that he will focus a bit more on recovery, as everyone agreed that him returning when his health is not completely recovered could also cause more worry in the long term. And so Ateez will indeed continue to promote as 7 members, though KQ assured fans that recording of the album took place before his hiatus, so we could still hear his voice in that album. We ask for Ateez's support so that Mingi can return to activities in good health. And in the future, we will share a notice regarding the status of his activities. Therefore, we ask for your understanding over the fact that for these promotions, Ateez will be promoting with 7 members rather than as the full group with all 8 members. Thank you. So obviously fans would love to have him back. I did want to talk about this for a minute because I think it's really incredibly important. When it comes to things like mental health issues and idols taking break for mental health issues, it is of utmost importance to show these companies that it's okay. As someone who's been a K-pop fan for a long time, this is a generally new thing that I've seen. 10 years ago, someone could be terribly injured, terribly weak, and still be forced to perform. Even if they physically could not dance, they would still have to sit on the sidelines and perform sitting down instead of going home and just recovering. So of course, historically, idols have had to push through a lot of things. So to see that idols have the option to heal, I think is very amazing. So of course you're allowed to miss a member if they're not there, but to be demanding about it is another story. But yes, with this update, of course, we also have Ateez, who are having a comeback on March 1st. They had posted a series of very bright blue pictures, one that has a tree with a bunch of different hints from previous comebacks. A lot of people have turned this into a meme, but this was captioned "From the New World." Now, I came to learn of the term New World from my studies on parrots, because you have New World parrots and Old World parrots. There's also another post with blue and green flowers and a bold text that says, "I'm the one in my zone," and a caption that says, "We don't need nothing, come by my side now," which I'm personally going to predict will be a B-side track. But who knows? I'm just kind of basing myself off the fact that the first teaser for their last set of comebacks was this photo where it says, "Maybe we're living younger, that's why we're fever." So I'm predicting that it's going to be a B-side called Zone, or In the Zone. But since I predicted that they released this following photo, which, I don't even know anymore. But I've definitely seen a lot of Ateez talking about illusion and utopia and how that could all tie together. And I definitely think it could, because they're mentioning the new world, and in Illusion they were on a ship, right? And they also teased a ship in Thanks. So I feel like somehow that could all tie together. Now, I had all my predictions written out before this photo came out, and I was gonna say definitely super punk vibes, a dark Illusion, because Illusion was very bright. It would be a kind of continuation of Answer, but then they're in these suits and everything is just really bright, and frankly I'm a little thrown off. But again, maybe that is the B-side track and we're gonna get a really hardcore, really dark, really Black Cat Nero vibes for their next song. Very punk, very goth. But I would love to know in the comments down below what your predictions are for Ateez's comeback. Now let's move on to a little segment that I like to call Kpop Shenanigans, which is basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop this week. Don't forget, if you'd like to suggest something for Kpop Shenanigans or suggest a specific news topic, you can do so over on my Instagram, because I'm currently not being cancelled. So we have aespa, who released Forever, which is actually a remake of Yoo Young-jin's song. So if it gives you retro vibes, maybe that's why. We have Hyuna, who released her music video for Good Girl. Momoland and Chromance came together to make a remake of Wrap Me in Plastic. And AIIYL have released a remix for their song Hua with Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Now, of course, we have to talk about SM's Tax Evasion. We thought YG was bad, but honestly, I don't think many of these companies are actually good. Now, apparently looking into this, and I'm surprised that I haven't heard about this before, but apparently this is not the first time that SM has been under hot water for evading taxes or fishy like things of that nature. So no, not the first, not even the second, but the third time that their chairman and the company itself has been investigated. There's a lot, and I don't know, we cannot get into all of this today. Now, they have denied it each time, which is also the case this time. But authorities had suspected there was unusual ongoings within the company, some financial information being left out of reports and so on. And it seems now that they have to pay 20.2 billion won, which which is roughly $18 million to the National Tax Service Seoul Regional Office. So SM has already responded to this. They said that they will pay the 18 million within the 1 month that they were given, but ultimately they will appeal this in court. But with this news, we have fans predicting that we're gonna get an OGG comeback, we're gonna get an EXO comeback, we're gonna get it all. So I'm really interested in how things will pan out, and I would love to know what you think of this, as well as what do you think SM's next comeback is going to be, like their next big comeback. Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, we are going to be ending today's video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also consider joining my channel members to get a cute Kevin emoji next to your name, to see videos earlier than anyone else, and also for special member-only videos, depending on which level you are on. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. Thank you for everything that you do. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!